Hey, what's up guys, it's your girl Kia and I am back for another video, and this will be a quick video. I am not about to go into some deep analysis the entire car ride home from drop off about this Masika Kalyisha situation. And I can see my timer and I'm gonna keep this down to 5 minutes or under. So if you don't know, Masika Kalyisha is from Love and Hip Hop. She's a reality star. She's an Instagram model. I think she's done a couple of like stock things and tried to do her own high ticket webinar program, the whole thing. About a month ago, her husband died in a very tragic wrong way driver car crash. He was driving a Cybertruck, and those things, if anybody knows, Cybertrucks are not safe on the road. They're not. When you get into a car accident, you have zero safety in that truck. That's just a fact. We have seen multiple times where people in these Cybertrucks are not safe. Anyway, I mean, nobody can be safe from a wrong way driver, but the Cybertrucks are they're just dangerous. Anyway, so 2 weeks ago, he had his funeral, and Masika was devastated for her children, for herself. She was just devastated. There were multiple pictures that came out of her falling all over the floor, it looked like, crying hysterically, and she posted these pictures. It just looked, it looked a little staged, but I can understand. At that point, everybody thought, oh wow, she lost her husband, she's devastated. Well, fast forward to 3 days after the funeral, her husband's brother came out and said, all cap, she was not devastated, she was not crying, she was fine, all those pictures are fake and just put on for the camera. She responded, whatever, like, you don't know me, you don't know what I've been through, fine. Then the whole world breaks loose because it comes out that Masika has had a boyfriend for whatever amount of months. And it comes out a week later after the funeral that she loves this guy and that they're together. It's some rapper, some random rapper. This video actually might be longer than 5 minutes because I have to talk about that part. Anyway, and a lot of people, and then it comes out now from Masika is that her and her husband had been estranged for 2 years. And I think I remember hearing rumblings that they had been estranged. Ooh. Oh, sorry, poor little tiny truck driver. Anyway, sorry, you didn't see that this happened. It's very funny. It had come out that they had been estranged, and I had heard rumblings that they had been estranged, and that they really weren't together. It was like some off and on situation. But in either way, her coming out with the new man now, because she's saying they're estranged, is supposed to have everybody go, oh, no, that makes sense. Oh, it's okay that they're together now. And that is not at all what happened. And Masika is very, very upset that people keep putting this label on her, that she cheated on her husband, that she was still married. She doesn't like the backlash she's getting on social media and doesn't understand why she's getting the backlash. For any normal person, the reason why you're getting the backlash is for a couple of reasons. Two, the second reason, that is not as important as the first, is that your behavior at the funeral made all of us believe that you were the devastated wife. You were like Erica Kirk kind of devastated, that you had just lost the absolute love of your life, not just the father of your children. You posted those pictures because you wanted everybody to believe that you were devastated and it was the worst thing that's ever happened to you in your entire life, and you are broken, you are a broken woman, you are a broken wife. That is the image you portray by posting those pictures of you hysterically crying. If you never had posted those pictures, Masika, nobody would have been able to put that label on you of, one, putting on, and two, being so hurt and still in love with your husband. The number one issue, though, is respect. I don't get why you thought it was okay to post these pictures of you hugged up and kissed up on another man when you and your husband are just estranged. You're not divorced. You guys are estranged. There's no record of them been putting in paperwork. I don't even think there's paperwork of a separation or anything with a lawyer. You guys just weren't together at the moment. So when he passes, you thinking that now it's okay because he's gone to glory to now post these pictures flaunting your relationship was a good idea is beyond me. Yes, you may not have been in a relationship with him, with your estranged husband, but there's still a level of respect, not only for him and his family, but also for your children. Your children may have known that daddy doesn't live in the house anymore, but those children might have thought that you guys might be getting back together. And again, I know they're little, I know they're small, but someday kids are going to see this stuff. Kids are not stupid. Kids are on social media a lot earlier, and everybody is talking about this. Me personally, and I know everybody grieves differently, but this is not something I would have done to my estranged husband. Regardless of what issues we've had, I would hope that after 2 years, they got to a point of, I don't want to be with you, you don't want to be with me, but we can be cool. And I would hope I would be in that same situation. And if we're in the we're cool situation, I would never do this. I would tell whoever I was dating, hey, so now that he's passed, we have to go into a moratorium of us not posting for at least 6 months. Not being seen in public, but not posting, not flaunting it on social media for everybody to see. Because it's out of respect. You keep saying, you know, you said you were devastated. You posted those pictures. The original post after you got in the car accident was, my world was just shattered and this and that and da-da-da-da. This whole theatrics it looks like now, rather than her just being the respectful former spouse. I have seen women who have been divorced from men who have not done the things that she's done, who had kids with the person they divorced, and they have cried, they have been broken for their children, they have supported their children, but they're just stoic at the funeral. They're sad for their children. They're sad for the situation. They're not falling all over the casket and having people take pictures and screaming and yelling and people having to pick her up and all that kind of stuff. It's not that. So let's go to the other thing. Masika is a beautiful woman, a woman of means, maybe not a lot of means, but a woman of means. Why? Why do these girls who are so beautiful, who have means, go after these skinny jean rappers? What is the point of this? What do you get out of them? Is it because she wants to get back on level in hip hop? Is it more fun to be a hip hop girlie than it is to be a grown woman? Did she get kicked off of the celebrity dating websites? Has she been labeled a gold digger by men who actually have money? Like, why aren't these women like Masika and like Hazel Lee? I know it's a little bit of, well, Hazel Lee is a good example, I guess, going after men who aren't famous but very successful and have money? Those men exist, especially when, no offense to anything, and I hate to sound like a colorist, especially when you're pretty and light skinned. You could go get a doctor, a lawyer, you could go get a judge, you could go get an investment banker, you could go get anybody. Why are we going after people like Blueface and this new rapper that Masika is with? It just doesn't seem, why? It has to be just for the look and for the social media clout. It can't be because you actually see a long-term relationship with this person. Because even Masika's ex-husband, I want to say he owned a couple of businesses and was an entrepreneur. And maybe that's why they were estranged, because he couldn't give her the Instagram lifestyle that she was looking for. He could have cheated. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But Masika, get it together, girl. Like, you really should have known better. You shouldn't have done this. And you hopping on social media and on Instagram being mad at everybody else because we're logically all thinking, this is inappropriate. This is inappropriate. You're not wrong. She's not wrong for having a boyfriend. She's wrong for flaunting it on the internet days after this man's funeral. That is the issue, plain and simple. So listen, drop down my comments. Let me know if you agree with me. You may not agree with me, but let's get the conversation started, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great Monday. Bye.